My name is John Montarella. I'm from Columbus, Georgia. Moved to Athens in 2006. Have lived here pretty much ever since. I went away for a brief stint, but I'm back for good. Love this town. My experience playing music in Athens, it's a great way to build a community and meet folks. You come to open mic night and play, and other people get up and play their music, and it builds a real community. You know, everyone's talking to each other, encouraging each other. It's just a really solid environment.
Starting the playing now, reverence in the crowd, wearing your best dress, white silken gown. Through every rehearsal, I break my leg for you. Only I was looking for a wide-eyed bitch like you. Only I was cooking as the smell of garlic wafted over you. Summer, 'cause the wind will blow and kill us in the end.
The song I wrote this month, the most recent one, so I can actually think about exactly how I wrote that. It was my third time performing it tonight. The center part of the song was something that I just pressed record, and pretty much the entire thing came out. And it just, line after line and whatnot, it was all just one take. You know, it's not conscious, it's a lot of subconscious things. And a lot of times I don't know where the next line's gonna go. It's kind of an improv type thing. But also on that song, the ends of either side of the song, I intentionally slowed it down and wrote those words. I think there's something hard about, in a creative process, sitting down and really thinking. Like, I don't wanna overthink my songs, and it's just getting that process, it can seem a little forced or not as natural. So I like to just kind of see what comes out. And some of my best songs, my favorite song, Dumb One, I have the recording where I just press, record, and it came out. And it's such a, I like it. I mean, I think it's a good song. And I'm proud that I was able to create that with just one take. And it really came, like, I can hear myself creating the words. It was a very genuine place that I was coming from. I've always recorded myself. When I first started, I had cassette tapes, and that's how I would just press record, because I found early on I would try to write a song, and I would play it and be like, oh, that was good. Let's do that again. And it was gone like a ghost. So I learned to record myself pretty much every single time I play. So I've done that for years and years and years, which is awesome because now it's like my journal. I don't write or anything like that. I don't take many pictures. I don't have much of the last 10 or 20 years of my life recorded except for these recordings. And what's awesome with modern technology, they're all dated. And I can literally see, like, oh, I wrote that song at 7:33 p.m., 10 summers ago, which is just an awesome record, kind of a journal of my life.
I don't want a soulmate so black as mine. Gonna need a dumb one to fall for this. You have every right to say goodbye and keep your mouth shut about my mind.
At this point, I recognize the need to be more of a conscious songwriter. I think, to be honest, I think part of it is a fear of consciously writing something and maybe that being exposed to other people. So it's something I need to work on, or I'm forcing myself to sit down, and I'm having more fun with that now. For whatever reason, like, I did enjoy writing that song recently, where it's kind of like a puzzle, and come up with this verse and then try to come up with this, and then when something clicks, it's it's like you just just like you're putting a puzzle together, like, that works, and it's it feels great.
It's a real sweet letter you sent to me in your dreams. I read it every night, the scenes were quite vivid in my mind.
I started playing guitar for a senior project in high school, and for the next 5 years or so, it definitely became just my creative outlet. Like if I needed to express myself, if I was alone or having any feelings, that's what I went to. It's kind of my journal. A lot of the songs I played tonight, I wrote. They're very personal and they're kind of downers. So now, if anything, I write with more intentionality of trying to make something a little more upbeat. Multiple of my songs, I know exactly where I was. I have the recordings when I made them, but I remember that summer vividly and those deep feelings I had. In 2006, my first summer here in Athens, I took some mushrooms and went to a Grateful Dead show and never really came down that trip for a while. And I went through a whole mental episode. So a lot of my songs about my mind, that kind of thing, is directly coming from that. But for the first few years after that, I was very concerned, with, is this who I am? So it helped me deal with all those struggles with mental health and like what that means for my personality and that kind of thing.
I met them both recently, long after I became the other me that writes this song. It takes more than one personality, a whole host of men in me, mind stretched by disease.
Moving here in 2006, where I lived at the corner of Hancock and Findlay, was pretty rough at that time. And now there are all these high rises and super bougie, student lofts and whatnot are popping up everywhere. The town's definitely changing a lot. Some of the venues have fallen off in the last few years, but then other ones like local typically come in to fill its place. So, it's fun. You can stay here and it's constantly changing for you. So you don't have to move to a new town. I hadn't played open mic nights in a long time. I used to work at Hendershots about a decade ago, and I worked every Monday night, and it was an open mic night, and I would be behind the bar and then hop up and play a few songs. Really enjoyed it at that time, and just stopped after a number of years. Stopped playing, and it wasn't until this year I actually hurt my back and had back surgery, and I found myself kind of isolated and couldn't be as active as I usually am. So I went back and started playing my guitar a lot more, and started playing some old songs and writing a few new ones. When my mom actually picked me up from my brother's house to bring me back after I'd recovered enough, we came to local, and I overheard someone talking about the open mic night, and it was like, yeah, I need to get back into that. I haven't done that in a long time.
Winter in this house. If I was not here, I would not be at all. It's the life that we get inside the city I call